Right folks, today we're going to cover the full neck pull exercise followed by the neck pull preparation exercise. So watch carefully as I demonstrate first of all the full neck pull. Okay, let's take it from the top. The first thing you probably notice, I put down a large head block, so when I lie down, my ears, shoulders and hips and ankles are all in line. Okay, so I haven't got an excess strain in my neck. If I take this block away, you can see it's not quite as useful as it could be. So a large head block I have, some people will have a small one, some people will even have both together. But make sure your starting position is set up properly. So, I'll bring in my block. And the next thing I'll talk about is the positioning of the hands. Now you've got very tight shoulders. The last thing you want to do is be straining to get your hands behind your head. So on that occasion, you adjust your hand position to the side of the head to the point that you can gently slide your shoulder blades down your rib cage. Note the position of the feet, they're hip distance apart. I tend to do this with my toes coming towards my shins. Certain people like to have the toes pointed. Now, from there then, I inhale, lengthen through the back of the neck. There's my inhale. On my exhale, slide my shoulder blades down the rib cage and I peel the spine off the mat, one vertebrae at a time, till I come over an imaginary football and I feel my sitting bones drilling underneath me. Then on my next inhale, starting from the base of the spine, I start back up, one vertebrae at a time, getting my head as tall as I can, reaching away. And look at the position. I'll just take my hands away momentarily so you can see the position of my head and top of my shoulders. And then I exhale, I roll back down, one vertebrae at a time, tilting the pelvis away from the front of the thigh bones and through the vertebrae. Exhale, coming through imprint, releasing to neutral slowly. Like so. Obviously that movement speed is a little bit slower than what I actually perform during a session, so I'll show you a real-time version of that. So from there, inhale, lengthen. Okay, so as you can imagine, you're going to have to be quite warmed up to do that exercise, and it's normally quite far into the intermediate Pilates mat work schedule. So what I'm going to show you now is how to prepare for that exercise. So we'll be using the neck pull preparation exercise here. That's designed to strengthen up the abdominals and also the hip flexors. So I'll demonstrate the preparation exercise. For this one, we'll leave the head block. The first thing to make sure is just to show you my ankles, knees and hips are all in line. And I adjust my feet position, my knee position, so I can get my feet flat on the mat and I can pull my head away from my sitting bone and get as close to neutral as I possibly can, ideally neutral. Once again, if you have tight shoulders, putting your hand behind your head is not a good idea, so you have to adjust your hand position so you can comfortably get your shoulder blades down. And that may mean you have to bring the elbow slightly forward. So looking forward from there then, we're going to take an inhale. And on the exhale, I'm going to roll the pelvis away from the top of the thighs first of all the way back. Then I'm engaging abdominal muscles to control this movement. Hip flexors control the first phase. So I come to this position here and my head is balanced over my shoulders. Then I take a nice big inhale, filling the back of the sides of the rib cage three-dimensionally, and exhale, I guide the top of my head over that imaginary football, all the way over, till I feel my sitting bones directly underneath me. On my next inhale, I start back up, start back up, start back up, one vertebrae at a time, piling the bricks up against the wall, reaching away till I get into my tallest position, and then I commence the exercise one more time. Exhale, hip flexors, then abdominals, head balanced in the shoulders, inhale to stay, then exhale over that football. And finally, inhale, start back up from the base of the spine, one vertebrae at a time, get tall, pull away, pull away, pull away, pull away, and we finish, exhale out in that position. Now some people may find, because they're a little bit tight in the hip flexors, they've got mobility in the hip, etc., that they find it very hard to get into that neutral position. So to make life easier for those individuals, what we do is we just raise the backside off the floor. I'm using an arm barrel here. You can go higher than that if you want to use a coffee table, for instance. That will be just as effective. So arc barrel sat on there. You can see there straight away. It's very easy for me to get into that neutral position. Adjust my feet accordingly. Hands to the side of the head. Take an inhale and exhale, gently roll back. Inhale to stay. Exhale, come over that imaginary football. Inhale, start back up, get fully tall, reach away, feel the sitting bones underneath you. And one more time for good measure, stabilize the shoulders, exhale, roll back, hip flexors working first, and then abdominals eccentrically all the way across, eyes looking across the room. I take an inhale, three-dimensionally, back and sides of the rib cage, exhale over. And inhale, start back up, get nice and tall. And there you have it, folks. That is essentially, it's a full neck pull exercise, plus some of the basic modifications. There are others, but for people who just operated from home with a basic mat and perhaps a coffee table to elevate the backside, this is absolutely ideal. It's very important you take your time in mastering this drill, and particularly concentrating on the breath patterns and moving slowly and under control. So go away, give neck pull prep a try for now, and if you feel you can progress on to neck pull, we'll have a look at that in another individual video. And in the meantime, take care.